Hello everyone, welcome back to Spirit of Justice. I'm going to load my save data so we can continue playing the game. I just had like 10 or so minutes of microphone problems because OBS all of a sudden, 2 days ago it was fine. Today would not pick up anything from my microphone, would not even acknowledge that it was there. And the most annoying thing is somehow it got muted. And I don't know how. So I'm starting this off already being... Let's visit Trucy in the detention center because she was just arrested for involuntary manslaughter, I think. Which, that's an awfully quick investigation to arrest a suspect, but whatever. Poor Trucy. What can we even say to her?
Oh, Polly, Athena! Trucy, are you okay? I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
You're sitting in the detention center for involuntary manslaughter, so I somehow doubt that's the truth. We saw the news about the accident on TV.
I guess I can't Houdini my way out of this one. I got arrested and everything. They say I'm the one who caused the accident.
But that's not true, right?
To be honest, I don't really know. I mean, I have no idea how an accident like that could have happened.
That's gonna be a big mystery for this case, isn't it? How did he die? Like, what were the steps to that one?
The trick went off without a hitch, I'm sure of that much. Still, the police just won't listen to me. They've already decided that it was all my fault. I'm exhausted after all their questions.
Well, we're gonna have to ask you even more questions.
Looks like she's been able to hang in there, at least.
Yeah, she really is one tough cookie. I know you're tired, but can you tell us a little bit about the accident?
Yes, of course. Go ahead and ask me anything. I'll be fine.
Yeah, she's not fine. She is quite possibly struggling with the guilt of, wondering like, oh shit, did I do it? Was that my fault? For starters, can you help us understand what happened? In today's show, there was a dead body in the coffin. How did that happen? Was there some kind of accident? That's how everything's being described.
I don't really know. The coffin was supposed to be empty when I opened it. But instead, Mr. Rias's body was in there.
That must have been a huge shock for you.
And when the dragon set piece fell down at the end, was that an accident too? It must have been. I have no idea how or why that happened either.
Could have been someone, like, up in the rafters. This seems like almost intentionally targeted at Trucy to get her in trouble somehow. Because, like, there's no way that anyone who put this together wouldn't have thought that she would be the one arrested for it.
Nothing went the way it was supposed to. Still can't believe Mr. Rias is actually dead.
As tough as she is, this is obviously taking a toll on her. She's 17 years old, saw the dead body of, like, her co-performer just fall out of a coffin in front of her, and now she's been arrested for involuntary manslaughter. Of course it's taking a toll on her.
But how did Mr. Rias's body get into the coffin in the first place?
Trucy, we need you to tell us the secret of the trick.
You know what they say, a magician never reveals her secrets.
Okay, well, but yeah, I need you to understand the situation here. You are going to go to jail if you do not explain this to us, so you're gonna have to make an exception. Yeah, there you go, atta girl.
But I guess I should make an exception this time. But if you ever tell anybody,
I might have to tell the judge.
I'll make you my guinea pig for every single new magic trick from now on.
Isn't that how it is already? Don't worry, I'm a lawyer, remember? Client confidentiality is part of the job. Alright, what was the trick? So, let's call this trick Trucy's Great Escape. How did you get out of the coffin?
Alright, here goes. I'll reveal the trick just for you two. Prepare yourselves for an exclusive explanation by magical girl Trucy Wright. There's a secret trapdoor in the stage that leads down to the understage passage.
Okay. A trapdoor? So when did you slip down into the understage passage?
Remember when Mr. Hat was on stage, holding a sword next to the coffin?
So that was when she went down.
Well, by then, I had already escaped from the coffin and was waiting understage. And while I was down there, I did several things to get ready for the next part. What technique? Okay, so what happened next? Mr. Hat was quickly raised up to the catwalk by wire. There's a cushion up there that acts as a shock absorber when Mr. Hat hits it. Meanwhile, I popped back up onto the stage through a different trapdoor. And voila, the switch is complete.
So the coffin was supposed to be empty, but somehow in the midst of all that, the dead body was put in there. Okay. Hang on, let me check her court record real quick. I need to get into the habit of looking at things as they get added to the record. Because otherwise I could very likely end up missing something important. Diagram depicting the stage where the show is performed and the understage passage. Okay, simple enough.
I had no idea all that was happening. I was convinced you were still in the coffin. That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there.
In other words, you make us see illusions, right?
We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is.
I get it. It's kind of like a magical bluff.
But there's no escaping the fact that the victim's body was actually in the coffin. It wasn't empty like it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. The last thing in the world I expected to see in there was Mr. Rios.
Could he have climbed in there by mistake? Why would he? I should get back to asking Trucy about the accident. Can you tell us more about the victim? The great Mr. Rios. Who exactly is this Mr. Rios? You said he used to belong to Troupe Grammarier, right?
Wait, you don't know who the great Mr. Rios is, Apollo?
He's super famous. He's all people talk about on TV. Oh, they're definitely talking about him now. A famous person dying will do that. That will get people talking about them, yeah. Really? I just assumed he was one of Trucy's assistants. Way to diss the dead, Apollo. Sorry. Didn't realize that I was supposed to know everything, I guess. So, how did the two of you come to perform together, Trucy?
Well, like I said, he used to be a member of Troupe Grammarier. He was a protege of my granddaddy, Magnifique Grammarier. So the TV station arranged for us to perform together this time because of that connection.
Did he continue performing as a magician after he left Troupe Grammarier?
No, he got injured while practicing for a show about 13 years ago. That's why he left the troupe. After that, he took a break from magic for a while.
I see. Pretty sure it's a recent thing, him getting famous again. I only started seeing him on TV again maybe last year. I started seeing him on TV like 20 minutes ago. But for a different, related reason.
I had nothing but respect for Mr. Rios as a magician. I can't tell you how sad I am this happened.
I can't imagine how traumatic it must be to have someone die during your big show.
Oh, but hey, don't worry, I'm fine. I have to stay strong for my fans.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's... Huh? My bracelet is reacting. Yeah, Apollo's whole thing is being able to tell when someone is lying, specifically by their tells, which is like a little, usually a small body language thing that they do. They nerfed him hard in Dual Destinies. They did not let this man do anything, which was unfortunate. I think he only used his bracelet lie detection thing maybe twice at most in the entire game. They really nerfed him. People tend to unconsciously tense up when they're trying to hide something. And when I pick up on their distress, the bracelet around my wrist starts to feel tight. So I guess this means that Trucy's trying to hide something from me. I think she's hiding the fact that she's very upset about this whole thing. You know, because she keeps saying, like, oh, but I'm fine, though. I've got to stay strong. It's not quite believable when her co-performer died in front of her. Or was dead in front of her. I don't know if he died at that moment. He very well may have already been dead by the time he fell out. Well, I guess I should give my bracelet a tap with R. R for bracelet. Alright. I can see things others can't. The slightest twitch, gesture, or change in expression. Yes, I can see it all when I'm concentrating intensely like this. When people are feeling nervous, they sometimes reveal a certain habit or tell. I'll just shift my viewpoint around until I find Trucy's tell. Is it her eyes? Okay. I think I found her telltale tell. Now to listen carefully to every word and see what she gets shifty-eyed over. Then I'll perceive, or whatever she seems nervous about, to get to the bottom of things. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine.
Gotcha!
Yeah, she's, Come on, Trucy. You should know by now that you can't hide anything from me.
Don't tell me that your bracelet reacted.
Yep.
And here I thought my smile was going to do the trick.
Not your eyes, though.
Looks like I broke the first rule of being a magician.
A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face, right? I remember hearing you say that before.
That's right. It's a Grand Marnier motto that my daddy used to say before he passed away. I'll never forget it. It's one of the few precious memories I have of him.
But you can't keep everything inside, Trucy. You'll burst. Why don't you tell me what's bothering you? You can't fucking guess? Have you missed, like, everything that's going on? Her co-performer and probably friend is dead. She's been arrested for involuntary manslaughter. And there's no third entry to this list, but I feel like those two alone are enough justification for her to be a little bit upset right now.
I can't. If I did, you wouldn't believe in me anymore.
That's not true. As an entertainer, you believe in always keeping a smile on your face. As a lawyer, I have a belief that's important to me as well. I guess I can't really present anything except the attorney's badge.
Take that!
Look at my badge.
Your attorney's badge?
Yeah, the one you keep stealing and making disappear for your silly little magic tricks. I swore in this badge that I would always believe in my client to the bitter end. That's the cornerstone of being a good lawyer. Mr. Wright taught me as much. So no matter what you tell me, I'm going to keep on believing in you, Trucy. Something is poking my foot, and it's really painful. Give me 1 second here. I need to deal with this issue. Apologies for the weird little pause there. I cannot find what was poking me in the foot. We're just gonna have to roll with it. All I ask is for you to have a little faith in me, too.
Alright. Thanks, Polly.
Sorry, you went a little photo-negative for a second there. The truth.
Polly, what if I made a mistake?
What do you mean?
What if it really was me who stabbed Mr. Rios?
What makes you say that?
Well, in my escape trick, I used both a real sword and a rubber sword. I switched the real sword for the rubber sword just before I stab it into the coffin. So even if somebody had been in there, the rubber sword shouldn't have hurt them. But Mr. Rios was found dead in the coffin. I know, it...
Wait, that wasn't her that said it, was it? Okay, it was Apollo. My bad, I wasn't paying attention. But Mr. Rios was found dead in the coffin.
I know, it just doesn't make any sense. I know I swapped the swords.
You're absolutely sure?
Positive. I practiced that trick hundreds of times with no mistakes. I remember very clearly swapping the swords this time, too. But could I have made a mistake this time?
Could she really have? I mean, I feel like it would be easy to tell the difference between a real sword and a rubber sword just by, like, the weight in the hand. I would assume a rubber sword is substantially lighter. And if she's very experienced with that trick, with having practiced it a bunch of times, then I feel like she probably would have been able to tell the difference just from how it feels when she holds it. So, you know, I'm personally of the belief that she did not make a mistake.
Well, I'd better get going.
Huh? Where to?
To practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away.
You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night, too?
Yep, because everything's gotta be just right. Maybe I really did kill Mr. Rios.
Trucy.
The worst possible mistake I could make. Such a horrific accident. Right in the middle of my show. And yet, all I can think about is... Now that this has happened, Troupe Grammarier will get its performance rights pulled. There'll never be another show. Everything my family worked so hard for will be gone forever. And poor Mr. Rios had his whole life and a great career ahead of him. I ruined everything. I destroyed it all. I took it all away.
Oh. I don't want Trucy to be sad.
Polly, I'm ready to pay for what I did.
You mean you're ready to not pay for what you didn't? Trucy, I don't think you did anything wrong.
You don't?
I've had one question going through my mind this whole time. Was this accident really your fault?
What do you mean?
I don't have any proof or anything, it's just... I don't think you'd ever make a mistake like that.
Apollo!
I saw how hard you worked on your tricks, staying up late every night to practice. And I know you. You always get everything picture perfect.
Nobody's perfect all of the time.
Still, I think something else caused Mr. Rios' death, not any mistake of yours. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right?
Yes, I remember doing it.
Then I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy.
But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me.
Then I'll find it. I would do the job a detective and not a lawyer is supposed to do. And I will find the proof.
I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but...
I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry. You're going to be fine. You may not be fine right now, but mark my words, gosh dang it, you will be. Oh. Oh, she's crying. Oh no.
Thank you, Apollo. Thank you for believing in me. I'm going to believe in you too.
Good.
I'm sorry. I need a tissue.
Anyone got a handkerchief? I've never seen Trucy cry like this before. She always seems so strong. But maybe sometimes she's just putting on a brave face. She's still just a kid, after all. Yeah, dude, she's 17. She's in high school. She's a baby. And she's all better now. So, I have to ask to make it official, but will you let me defend you?
Yes. I'm counting on you. I don't want to have to cancel the show on its opening day.
Right. She seems fine now.
Trucy, let's win this trial together.
Unlike some people. That's just Athena for you. She's just like that. Well, we'd better get right to investigating. Come on, Athena. Wipe that nose and let's go.
Excuse you? Did you see any snot on my face, Apollo?
Yeesh. Talk about an emotional roller coaster.
We need to investigate the stage at the Penrose Theater where the body was found.
Yeah. I hope no one will try to stop us.
If you're going to the Penrose Theater, can I ask you a favor?
Of course. What is it?
I left a very special notebook behind in my dressing room.
Sure, we can pick it up for you.
That notebook is really, really important to me. I don't know what I'd do if anybody read it.
Wow, I wonder what's in it.
The notebook is in my blue handbag on the table. It's big and black, you can't miss it. Thanks in advance.
Blue handbag on a table in the dressing room. Big and black. Cool.
And with that, I've got to go. It seems they've got more questions for me.
Alright, see you later, Trucy. If any of them are mean to you, tell me and I will kill them. So should we investigate the stage first, or go get the notebook? Hey. How's it going?
It must be so hard for Trucy. You saw how bravely she held back her tears.
Maybe you should practice a little of that bravely holding back your tears thing, too. And by maybe, I mean your nose is running again.
Enough with the snot shaming.
Haven't you ever heard the song, "Into each life some boogers must fall"? Nope. I'll take your word for it. Never heard of that before in my life.
We have to investigate the Penrose Theater from top to bottom. And talk to every single person involved as well.
Wow, you're really fired up. This is not supposed to be our job, by the way.
Of course. Trucy's entire future depends on this.
The agency's entire financial future, too. Yeah, we have a habit of not getting paid by our clients. Can I examine anything in here? The camera. The security camera stares at us with its cold, unblinking eye. I don't know why, but it gives me the heebies with a side order of jeebies. That's pretty good. That's funny. The chair? No. The bailiff? Is that a bailiff or just a guard? Guard. Right, a bailiff is in court. I don't know what I'm talking about. The guard is just standing there completely motionless. And Athena keeps making faces at him, trying to make him crack at least a smile.
Ooh, I think I made him smirk a little.
Come on, leave the poor guy alone, Athena. He's not getting paid enough to deal with this. It's the microphone for speaking with people on the other side of the glass. Athena is trying to stump the guard with trivia questions.
Oh, this guy is good. He answers in the blink of an eye without batting an eyelash, or moving a muscle.
Is he that bored? I mean, his job is to stand there, all day, every day. So, you know, he can't really be blamed for being a little bored, I guess. Let's go to the dressing room and find her notebook. April 27th, Penrose Theater, dressing room. The dressing room looks just the way it did before the incident. All these items look kind of lonely without their owners.
We have to find Trucy's notebook for her.
Let's see. She said it would be in her blue handbag on the table, right? Should see what else we can check out while we're here. Can I talk? Okay, yeah, I'm out of options to speak with you. Alright. Here's the handbag. Oh, here's that handbag Trucy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. She asked you to do it. You're fine. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to. Yeah, exactly, you're fine.
But not you, Apollo. Let me do it.
You guys have weird hang-ups about this.
Let's see. Huh? No, not this. What's this? Oh, wow. She has...
Oh, Trucy, you are bad. Hey, what are you finding in there? What is it? I want to see too.
That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in here.
Uh-oh. Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it? Let's keep looking around for it. How about these costumes? Look at all these costumes. I bet they're all Trucy's.
Ooh, could you tell by the scent?
Are you like some kind of bloodhound or something? I'm her assistant, not her pet. Looks like a script. What's this? A script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. Magic show script. You and I got to see the first two parts up to the end of the 10:20 a.m. segment. Okay, so 9:30, Mysterious transfers into a dragon, Trucy's hat trick. 10:20 a.m., Bonnie's teleportation trick and Trucy's escape trick. 11 a.m., Mysterious' fire trick. This will be dangerous, make sure the fire bucket is ready. Okay, so they did not get to that. But this Mysterious' fire trick, we didn't get to see that part.
Yeah, because they canceled the show after the accident.
Understandably so, because a man did die. I guess he won't be doing that fire trick after all. Hey, there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Okay. Come to think of it, when Mr. Rios turned into a dragon, it breathed fire, didn't it?
Coin tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Rios' specialties. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Rios and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival.
Fire truck was cancelled due to the incident. Cool. Anything? Can I look at the blinding fluorescent lights up there? No. Makeup? Look at all this stuff. I bet it belongs to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Does she really need all of that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup. But when it comes to sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better. Those things are the natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary. Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Of course! I need those for when I have to stay at the office all night prepping a case. And the comic books too? Oh, of course I need those too. Manga these days are super realistic and informative. I need them for research. Yeah, whatever you say. Uh-huh. I see. So you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you? Okay. How about these flowers? It's like gifts from fans? Oh, these are from Prosecutor Gavin. Clavier? Roses, huh? How like him. Pretentious.
They might be pretentious, but you know what? He makes it work.
Yeah, it sounds like Clavier.
Apollo, I have noticed this for a while now, but you get awfully prickly when it comes to Prosecutor Gavin.
You think so?
I mean, don't hate him just because he's beautiful.
That's not it at all. I actually love him because he's beautiful. Who said that? Hey, these flowers. They're from Lamorar.
Lamorar? Where have I heard that name before?
Oh, that's their mother, I think. She's a famous singer. They call her the Siren of the Ballad, and she's pretty popular. She's also both Trucy and Apollo's mom, but apparently they don't know that.
Why would a famous singer be sending Trucy flowers?
Well, we met her through a case I headed up once.
Wow, their circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought.
Lamorar. I don't know why, but her songs really touch me for some reason, because that's your mother. I hope she's doing well. Who are these from? Huh? Aren't these Ninetales flowers? You know, those flowers that only grow in Ninetales Vale?
Oh my goodness, you're right! There's a card here and a letter to go with it. The card says, "Good luck, Trucy, from Damien and Jinxie Tenma."
Those were... Where have I heard those names before? Tenma and Jinxie, huh? What does the letter say? Weren't they in... Yes, they were in Dual Destinies. Okay, I remember now.
Let's see. Oh, there's a message for you in here, too. Please tell Mr. Demon Lawyer I said thank you for everything. Thanks to him, I overcame my fears and now I'm not afraid of yokai anymore. And guess what? I've even become friends with yokai like Itan Momen and Konaki Gigi.
No matter what happens, I guess she'll never grow out of her demon obsession. Okay, look at the stools. No. How about the rabbits?
Oh, look at the adorable little bunnies.
Rabbits, huh? I used to have a pet rabbit.
Really? You?
You sure don't look like the type. What do you mean? What's wrong with me having a pet rabbit? Come on, don't make fun of the man.
Aren't people who have rabbits as pets usually the quiet, sensitive type?
Well, pardon me for being so loud and insensitive. Let the man own a rabbit if he wants to own a rabbit. It's a dove. Trucy must use it in one of her tricks. A magician classic.
Yeah. There's another birdcage next to it. I wonder what's in that one.
Oh, something noisy. What in the world was that? Apparently it's better if we don't find out. Trucy put some posters up, I see. Oh, here's one of Troupe Grammarier.
Troupe Grammarier, Magical Menagerie, huh? Looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits a bit too gaudy for their age, if you ask me.
But isn't that pretty much how all the best magicians dress?
Was Troupe Grammarier really such a big deal back in the day?
I guess so. Everybody in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks. Like making a building disappear, or escaping a safe dropped from a helicopter.
Wow. I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea.
But if even you know about them, then they must have been really, really famous. I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was in junior high. The one in black was the original leader of Troop Grammarier, Trucy's grandfather. His name was Magnifique Grammarier. The one in pink with the mustache, that's Zach Grammarier. He's Trucy's late biological father.
Oh, and look, there's Mr. Rias. So this poster's from back when he was a member of Troop Grammarier, huh?
Just no mention about the woman or the dude in yellow, huh? Trucy said he left the troop after he was injured during the show or something, right? So he was injured during a show 13 years ago and left Troop Grammarier. Okay, I didn't realize that would be important somehow, but it's in the court record. I think the last thing to look at is this over here.
I say we take a look through Mr. Rias's things, too.
Hey, is that a notebook sticking out from behind his briefcase?
You're right. It's practically screaming, over here, look at me.
Do you think it could be... Oh, wow, Athena! Our hunch was right. It's Trucy's notebook.
And what's it doing mixed in with Mr. Rias's stuff?
Good question. Trucy's ultra-important notebook. It was mixed in with Mr. Rias's belongings. How did it get in there? Did he put it there? Did someone else put it there? Did it grow legs and walk over there on its own? I would believe anything. This is Ace Attorney. Wacky shit happens all the time.
It's locked. I guess that means we can't read it.
I wonder what kinds of secrets are in there to make her want to lock it.
A girl her age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about.
If there's anything in there about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry.
Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff was so thrilling, like I'm doing something naughty.
I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office.
Why? What do you have to hide?
I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Athena, you are a very nosy person. Anyway, we'd better get this notebook to Trucy. Actually, I will end the recording there for today, because I think this has gone on long enough. Thank you for joining me for this little episode. I'm glad it worked out after I had many minutes of microphone problems at the very start. Man, that was annoying. Hope that doesn't happen again. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching. Hope you look forward to the next episode. And, let me save. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.